As we head into the final trading week of the year, we'll look to individual news catalysts to provide direction. Wednesday going to be tax loss harvesting deadline, meaning if you're going to sell before the end of the year at a loss, you got to do it before Wednesday. Will Elon find a Twitter CEO before the end of the year? Meanwhile, Tesla eyeing its worst year ever since going public. It's your week ahead preview right now. With a very light economic and earnings calendar to come, we'll focus on what has been moving over the past couple of weeks to provide further catalysts for trades going into the final four. Remember, Monday's a holiday. Final four trading sessions of the year. Tesla on everyone's mind, coming off an unbelievable move to the downside last week. Shares are down more than 62% currently on the year. The busiest CEO in business said after his Twitter poll, remember, that he will resign as Twitter CEO once someone foolish enough to take the role is found to take the place for him. In addition, keep in mind the FTC announcing a probe into Twitter that started in regards to privacy issues after Elon took over. So a couple of catalysts remaining for Tesla shares. All right, mark Wednesday on your calendar. That's going to be the final day of the year for tax loss harvesting. What does that mean? If you're going to sell shares that you currently own at a loss, you got to do it by Wednesday for it to count on the 2022 calendar year when you account for the T+2 settlement rules. Looking ahead into the new year, both Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs analysts out with hawkish and very bearish notes going into the first quarter of next year, pointing to earnings to the downside as companies succumb to overall economic pressures, as well as the continued battle from the Fed on inflation, who remains staunchly hawkish going into the brand new trading year. So we'll have a look at whether or not we can get a bounce. We'll have a look at whether or not we can get a little more dovish comments coming through from Fed Chair Powell. Overall, a light week for earnings coming up this week. However, we do have some significant economic dates to keep in mind starting Tuesday. Let's go. Pre-market, 8:30, we'll get November goods and trades balances. We'll get November wholesale inventories. And then at 9 a.m., the S&P House Price Index. Keep in mind, with the current state of the overall economy, all of these numbers can be market-moving events if they come one way or the other outside of what is expected. Let's keep going. Wednesday, 10 a.m., more home data. November pending home sales. We'll also get the Richmond Fed manufacturing number. The Richmond Fed number can be a market mover in November. If you remember, we saw for the first time that number come in much softer than expected, and that did cause a move for the overall market. So that's going to be Wednesday at 10 a.m. Let's keep going. Thursday, here's what you need to know. 8:30, initial jobless claims. Because of the holiday then, remember, on the energy front, we're going to get both natural gas and crude oil inventories on the same day. So Thursday at 10 o'clock first, we get natural gas inventories and stockpiles for the prior week, and then 11 a.m., typically 10:30, but 11 a.m. this week going to be crude oil inventories. And then to wrap things up, Friday at 9:45, one of those numbers that's kind of sneaky, comes in just after the open. So 9:45, we get Chicago PMI. There is an inflation portion to that number, so pay attention again Friday at 9:45. Have a wonderful holiday week from everyone here at Trader TV Live. Happy New Year. All the best in trading in 2023. I will see you January 3rd.